Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? So today what I want to do is we're gonna head up the North Highway. Where did I put that tripod I got from Bloke? There it is. We're gonna head up the North Highway. I want to leave this thing in the truck because we're gonna go find that Lake Tomiko and just see what it's all about. And this is the truck's tripod, so we're gonna go try and see if we can get on some fish. You guys see this attachment on my chest, right? That's how I've been wearing the GoPro now. It goes around your neck. It's so much better than that GoPro chest mount thing that's like not insulated, and then you get this hot GoPro sitting on your body and it just like makes you sweat like crazy, and it's very uncomfortable and it binds and you get plastic bits stabbing you in the back. I'm telling you guys, if you want to wear a chest mount, have at her. But if you want comfort, get one of these stupid things off of Amazon. They're super cheap. Best part about it is if you do decide that you want to shoot like a vlog style, mid POV style, you can just detach the camera quickly. I need my worms. Sorry guys, I got too much shit in my hands, so I'm giving the ultimate friggin' dad angle of a camera right now. Now because I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of off-roading, Dirty Bird's staying behind, and you guys can just come with on the dash. Now I'm not exactly 100% sure where we're going, but luckily GPS is, so alright, I'm just gonna toss this tripod in the bed of the truck. Holy crap, she's hot out. This is kind of crazy. I really gotta figure out how to fix this topper. The one time when I brought the kayak somewhere, I think it was when I went to the Cove last year, the way I put it in the truck, it kind of broke one of the, whoa, it's hot in here. Kind of broke one of the supports off, and yeah, not good. Alrighty guys, hopefully this is recording. I deleted the last clip, I think. I don't know. I don't even know what I got on the camera. Anyway guys, we're heading up the North Highway. It's about a 34-minute drive, according to the GPS, to get to this little lake, Little Tomico Lake. My friend Adam went fishing there yesterday morning, and apparently he did really good. Now I'm going fishing in the afternoon. No idea what to expect. He didn't show me pictures of the location. He just said it's good. So I'm gonna take a look, scout it, throw some lures in the water. We'll just see what we can do. And if something eats, cool. If not, well, whatever. I wanna get a good idea as to what we're working with here for this lake, because it might be a potential kayak spot, and there are walleye in there. And I wouldn't be afraid of keeping and cooking one of these walleyes, for the key reason that, number one, it doesn't follow Nipissing's law. It follows Zone 11. In Ontario, or actually in my area, Zone 11, main lake people like to fish is Nipissing. That's the one that I always go to, Lake Nipissing. And it has different rules set than the rest of the zone in Ontario. What I mean is, in Zone 11, you can catch and keep walleye from, I think it's 13 and a quarter, I don't know. I just know it's not a 4-centimeter gap. It's like fairly large, but when you're on Nipissing, you're only allowed to keep a walleye that's 40 to 45 centimeters in length. Anything else goes back. Anywhere else in Zone 11, you can keep 4 walleye per day. On Lake Nipissing, it's 2. 1 if you have a conservation license. So Nipissing has a completely different rule set, which is where the M&R makes a lot of their profits, because people go by Zone 11 and not by the specific body of water regulations and rules. So because of this, it causes a lot of confusion for tourists when they come up here to fish our body of water. They're constantly reminded that Nipissing doesn't follow the same guidelines as Zone 11, and that they have to be very, very educated on the area, especially because Nip is like the main lake everybody wants to fish, because it contains so many different bodies, so many different species in there, that it just makes it great. Like, you want to go for panfish, you can. You want to go for walleye, you can. You want to go for catfish, you can. You want to go for bass, you can. You want to go for burbot, you can. You want to go for, I believe, lake trout, or not lake trout, but Lakers are in there. You can. Apparently on the South Shore, there's access to crappie. That's what somebody told me. I don't know how valid that is, because I have yet to see a crappie come out of that freaking lake, but somebody told me they're there. There's now carp in the lake, you know? Muskie, pike, you name it, it's there. The only thing we don't have is freshwater shark, because I don't think those exist. Maybe brackish water shark exists, but not freshwater. But if I'm wrong on that, let me know in the comments below, because maybe there is a freshwater shark that I'm not thinking about. But I know those haven't been seen in theirs, because otherwise there'd be news reports about that. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut the camera here. We're gonna do a super time lapse all the way up to the freaking North Highway and get to our location and then see what we see and do what we do and hopefully catch a fish. All right, peace out.
Town. Turning north, I'm highway bound. Packs all loaded in the back. Fishing rod in my 6-pack. Leaving worries in the rear view mirror. Every mile feels so much clearer. Across the pines, over ridges high, I'm chasing something I can't deny. Little Tomiko's calling me, where the water's running wild and free. Driving up that North Highway to little Tomico today, where the lakes are deep, the pines are strong. Gonna ease my mind with a song. Watch the sunset fade to gold. This is where I wanna grow old. At little Tomico Lake, I'm making my escape. Just up ahead, turning gray to green instead. Moose by the highway side, eagles gliding low, right across a world that's pure and real, where I can let myself just feel the thunder of my engine calms. The peace settles in my palms, turning down that gravel lane. I'm a kid again without a chain. Across the water, from a box, watching ripples fade away. I think I'll stay another day, driving up that North Highway to little Tomico today, where the lakes are deep, the pines are strong. Gonna ease my mind with a song. Watch the sunset fade to gold. This is where I wanna grow old. At little Tomico Lake, I'm making my escape. Turning gray to green instead. Moose by the highway side, eagles gliding low, right across a world that's pure and real, where I can let myself just feel the thunder of my engine calms. The peace settles in my palms, turning down that gravel lane. I'm a kid again without a chain. Watch the sunset fade to gold. This is where I wanna grow old. At little Tomico Lake, I'm making my escape.
Oh man, there's bugs everywhere, but we're here. So I'm gonna grab probably this one here, and I'm thinking of cutting off this jerk bait, tying on a jig, and we'll sail at a worm. I just sprayed myself with bug dope. Tie on one of our jigs. Holy crap, I gotta piss. All right guys, welcome to Little Lake Tomiko. I've already cast it out. We got a worm on a jig. Getting attacked by horseflies. It's freaking awesome. But this would be a good spot, eh? Now, there's no camping here. There's like signs posted back there saying no camping. Absolutely no camping, it says. But I could totally launch a kayak here. There was a guy when I was coming in taking a boat out of here, so I'm guessing launching a boat in here is easy too. Yeah, the horseflies aren't too bad down here. It's up by the truck that's pretty brutal. But I made sure to leave some space because I did see some people come out of here with boats. And there's a guy with an ATV, so it is a wide turnaround area, thank God, because I thought I was going to have to back out of that road, and that would have been super fun to do. That's sarcasm for anybody out there. And there's probably every fish in Ontario in this lake. There's probably bass, there's probably there's walleye, I know that much for a fact. But I just don't know where Adam went to catch them, if he went here. See, I see a river over there, riverway, and there's a boat over there fishing. It's definitely not super stressed waters. I just don't expect to catch anything today because the sun's like really high in the sky It's really bright out, but we'll see what we do. But this is a great spot. I was kind of hoping you could camp here because then that gave me an option, right? Come out here into bear country and set up shop. I'm hitting all these rocks on the ground right here. All right, my worm is coming off. Let's put him back on. I could try float fishing too. Oh, the only problem is I don't know the depth of this water. Oh, I found a snag. Oh, we freed it up. Oh, found another snag. Oh, shit. And the snag took my worm. Time to rig up a new worm. So I have a feeling this place here, if I get the kayak in the truck and we come out here and go kayak fishing, we might do some serious damage, boys. Now, some people might not like the way I rig up my worms. To each their own. I usually try to thread them along if they cooperate and leave a huge dangle off the ass end so that it gets the maximum amount of action. And usually something sees that and goes, yeah, I'd put that in my face hole. See, at least there's dragonflies down here too. They'll eat the black flies. Something just jumped right there, unless that was my worm. Oh, I should have brought my dragonfly with me. It's this clip on your hat dragonfly, even though I'm not wearing a hat right now, but it's a clip on your hat dragonfly, and it makes the black flies think there's a big dragonfly nearby and they don't come near you. And these freaking horseflies can bite you right through thin clothing. Something was hitting it because I lost the whole back end of my worm. I'm going to try and pitch it over there. Caught a 3-pounder. Okay, I thought I was going to reel it back with a whole friggin' lawn attached to it, but nope. I'm just a little nervous because I keep hearing branches cracking around me. And I know the city dump is just over there. And that could entice dump bears to show up. And it's one thing to deal with a black bear, but it's another thing to deal with a black dump bear. But no, I think if I drag the kayak down, plop it in the water here, sit in it, head out, and just start jigging out deep, that's where I'm going to find the walleyes on a day like today. I ain't going to find shit from the shore. Maybe a panfish or two, quite possibly a snag. All right, we need a new worm. Now, I could grab the float rod, put some worm on it, send it out, see if anything's hitting mid-channel. That might be a good idea. This rod is really good. I love it. I just don't like where the hook hangs. Well, I do like it and I don't like it. It's just an awkward placement for a hook hanger. All right, let's put you back in here. And where's the float rod? There's the float rod. Not the friggin' Dollarama special here. Holy shit, everything got tangled up, boys. There we go. Chuck you over there. Grab you. We do not need a big piece of worm for this. Yeah, you'd be squirming too if you got ripped in half by my fingers. Where are you going? All right, we'll sail out the float rod. It probably won't cast as far. I'm also not sure what I got my depth set to. I think I got it set to 1 foot. So we'll fix that up once we get to the shore here. There, that'll give it a bit of room to play. Like I said, I don't know how shallow it is out there, but that didn't cast very far. And it's super shallow there. All right, let's try this again. Now, I don't think there's any carp in this lake. I'm thinking we're dealing with mostly bass, walleye, and panfish, but you never know. You never know. Weren't supposed to be carp and nipissing, and now there are. Oh, my stomach just growled. You guys probably heard that because you're resting on it. But no, I think if we bring the kayak up here, we'd have an amazing shot. This is a good little lake, a little bit far out, a lot of dirt road riding, but this looks like a good spot. It's pretty quiet out here. There's another lake that I want to try, but fishing from shore is impossible. You got to get on the water, and it's riddled with largemouth bass that are unstressed. It's out in Astorville. I went there once with my friend, with Rex 4x4 and my friend Ryan, and we put a herd on some bass. Like we did some serious damage, but I don't think I'm going to get any luck fishing from shore. I got to get out a bit. And the funny thing is people do live out here. Like there's a house across the way, a house around this bed that I saw on Google. There's another house just around this bend here that I saw on Google. So like as I was pulling into this covered dirt road here to come down here, freak's sakes, there was a driveway that said no parking. So I know people live down here. It's really off the beaten path, but there must be infrastructure then, unless they're running everything off grid. But yeah, guys, if nothing's going to eat the float rig, nothing's going to eat. There's no fish this shallow at this time. I just literally want to come out here and check it out. And it would have been nice to have the drone because I could have flown it up and we could have done a pan, take a look around the lake, see exactly what's going on, go see where that river leads because I'm pretty sure it's within the drone's range. I'm far away from the airport, so I shouldn't get restricted. Could have been a good time. but stupid over here forgot to charge the drone last night, and I don't know what it is with those batteries, man. You charge them up and they just drain over time. It's like they're maintaining themselves or some shit. The problem with drones. There's a dragonfly. Come over here and protect me from these damn black flies, bud. But yeah, this is like a sheet of glass. This is undisrupted waters. Oh, I snagged. Did I lose my worm? Yep. Okay, so I got too much line out for this area because something was picking at it out there and I didn't see the bobber move. So let's lower this down to about there and let's go put on another worm and we'll try again. Like, I don't think my bobber is slipping past the knot. The bead is, because the bead's hole's too big, but I think the bobber hole's small enough to catch. Oh, I think it's sitting on the ground again. Yeah, it's really shallow here. I'm going to reduce the distance on the bobber one more time. Holy, that's a huge raven. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. I'm not going to give it much distance to drop because there's not much distance for it to drop. There, now the bobber's sitting upright. But yeah, guys, like, beautiful lake. Not going to catch shit from shore. Could throw the bass rod around, put on an EWG and throw a Senko, pitch it around the shore, see if anything wants to eat that. But I'm thinking there's nothing this shallow at this time of day. Dragonfly's interested in my bobber. He's like swerving on it. Oh, he just picked up a bug off the ground or off the water. You know, I'd expect that dragonfly to swarm humans for the key reason of we attract bugs because we expel carbon monoxide. So he comes over, the fly leaves because he's like, oh shit. Oh, there's a moth. Yeah, it's a real shame that I didn't bring the drone, that I forgot it at home. Oh, I forgot to charge it because I went to go plug a battery into it. It was dead. Then I did a battery test on all the other two batteries and they were both dead. So I'm like, what the frick? Then I remembered the last time I charged it was last year because I brought it with me to Blokes and I was going to do some filming, but the conservation said no drones and I just didn't know where else to film. So, and I'm still dragging this worm on the bottom, eh? Okay, that's not going to work. We are literally going to just put that much in. We're going to keep it right there. It's just the trailer in the water now. And we're still sitting on the ground. I should be seeing red and green out there. No, it's upright. No, I think what we need to do is figure out how to get the kayak up here and bring that next time and then hit this body of water. Like I said, I could launch my boat. It's flat bottom. You can see tire tracks in the water. You guys better than me because you're wearing a polarized lens and I'm not. But you can see where trailers have come in and they launch boats. Like Buddy with his little boat there that passed me on the way in. You know he launched it here. He probably left because the fish stopped biting. Probably should have taken that as a hint. But I wanted to come here and scout out the area to see what I'm working with. And I'm working with a good little lake. It's pretty private. Pretty unstressed, unlike Nipissing. Everywhere I fish on Nipissing, everybody's fishing there, so it's a pretty stressed area. So catching a fish requires an amazing presentation, or for the aggressors to come in, like the pike. Yeah, guys, I think fishing here right now at this time of day, it's a bust. So I think we're going to get out of here, unless I still have a worm on. I don't have much of a worm on. All right, we'll just feed the fish the rest of this worm. And we're going to get out of here, because little Tomiko is sweet, but there is probably sweeter out there. And this trying to find a new spot to fish is not, it's going to be difficult. I missed the point. The boys missed the point. We were chatting about that the other day when we went fishing, when I bumped into them at Calendar Dock. It turns out what happened was, well, I can explain that in the truck as we drive back with the point. I have nothing on me that I need to put back there. No, we're good. Jeez, tell me you're driving in the dunes without telling me you're driving in the dunes, eh? Freak sakes, Trucko's gonna need a bath. Why bother? In 2 weeks I'm heading down the 400, so going to visit Bloke, gonna do some bass fishing. Let's get the flipping hell out of here. I'm done with these black flies. Got bit enough today. Alright guys, so that was Tomiko. There's also a Tomiko trading post nearby near Martin River, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, when the sun's that high, the fish aren't up shallow. They're in the depths. So that's the thing. Somebody had a fire here despite the, here, let me show you. I never showed you guys the signs because I was thinking this would be a great spot to camp, except for that sign right there that says absolutely no camping or dumping. And then they got like tent traffic and stuff saying no. So yeah, we'll get the frick out of here. Holy. I could probably launch my boat in that water. I just got to do some work on the trailer and get some new tires for it. But once that's said and done, then definitely could launch the boat. But I think a kayak would be a lot more fun because I always go fishing by myself, right? So just chucking the kayak in the bed of the truck, flying up the North Highway. The longest part of the trek are these back roads because you can't really speed on them because they're only like one and a half vehicles wide. So, and there's a lot of blind corners, as you can see. So you got to like take it easy because like there was times when I was cruising at about 50 kilometers an hour down here, and all of a sudden there was a freaking vehicle around the bend coming at me. So I had to like jam on the brakes and put her in the cabbage a bit just to get around the guy. But on my way in, I saw two bodies of water that looked pretty swampy, and usually bass love that swampy shit. So I was thinking about maybe potentially popping out at one of those swampy zones, grabbing the bass rod and just chucking a Senko in the water to see if something will eat. I don't know exactly what those types of waters are like. I don't know what lives there. I don't even know what lives in this lake we just came from. I never looked at it on Fish On. Fish On's an MNR based site with a lot of user submitted data, and it lets you know what bodies of water have what fish. So if you're ever curious, you go to I believe it's fishon.ca, Fishing Ontario, and it shows you the body of waters. It shows you the restricted areas for fishing due to spawn and when you can fish those areas and when you can't, because fish go into spawn and they want to protect them, let them do their spawning so we can actually have more fish to catch, which makes 100% sense to me. Like, conservation is key, right? If people went out there and caught every fish in a lake, then the lake will just die because the fish are the ones keeping it alive. Yeah, there's a camp up here that I don't even know if it's still open, but it's called Camp Tomiko. And when we used to go snowmobiling back in the day with my buddy's parents, we would come up here and go to Tomiko, and like him and I weren't drinking age, so we'd just get like pop and a puts in, but his parents would get loaded and then we snowmobile back home. I come up here for beer call, as they called it. These guys have been parked here for a while. I hope they're okay. I think they're just motorbiking. But no, when I came down here, I noticed a swampy body of water. Oh, here comes a Dodge Ram. He's cruising at a good clip. I'm just taking it easy because I want to make it home today. Yeah, this northern area brings back some memories. There's also a lake further north called Lake Temagami in the city of Temagami. Apparently it's really good for walleye and lake trout. I've never fished it. I used to go there as a kid because I dated a chick from Temagami. So I was like 16, 17. No, I was 18. Yeah, I was 18 because I already had my G license and everything. Because my buddy, he had a girlfriend up there, and I ended up hooking up with his girlfriend's sister. We'd go up there every so often, every couple weekends we'd go up there. Dad wouldn't let me use his car. I didn't have a car. So his mom said, oh, just take the Jeep. Adam can drive because he has his license. So we used to drive my buddy's mom's Jeep up to Temagami and go and hang out all weekend. It was a good time. Well, obviously it was a good time. I had a girlfriend up there, right? So brown chicken, brown cow. But yeah, I saw this body of water right here. And I was like, man, that looks swampy and murky, and bass would love that. Problem is I don't see anywhere to safely park my truck, so that's why. And there's a lot of traffic down here right now, which is surprising. But this guy's got a boat too with a little Johnson 99 out back, so I know where he's going. I would have bumped into that guy. Maybe he could have gave me some tips on that lake, because he probably frequents that lake pretty damn often. And usually that's what I like when I go to a new body of water and there's people there who've been there. They know the lake, they've already learned it. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, I saw another kind of banged up body of water up here, but if I do park the truck on the side of the road, I need to make sure I park it somewhere where vehicles can see it, so it's not like, you know, around this bend and all of a sudden, surprise, Ford F-150. That would be a bad time for both them and me, because they would slam into my truck and wreck my truck, and then they wreck their truck. Then we're both stranded in the backwoods of northern Ontario. Not exactly a good time, but there is actually, for what this road is, there is actually a lot of traffic here, so that makes me feel a little safer. So if something did happen, that your vehicle broke down, at least you know you at some point you're going to see somebody. But yeah, that absolutely no camping. That kind of, I was like, oh man, I would have went there, brought the kayak, set up camp. Was it down here where I saw the other break off? It's on the right. Yeah, it's right there. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to turn the camera, but there was another break off, but there's nowhere to safely park my truck, so I'm not going to bother trying it. and it also looks swampy and murky like the last one. And bass love that shit. That's why as a bass angler, you never cast, you always cast towards the shore in the boat, and you're always looking for things like structure or lily pads or something they can hide underneath, because that's what bass are. They're opportunist strikers. They usually find structure, get into it, and wait for something good to swim by, and when a target swims by, they just fly out and nail it. Where walleyes are hunters, walleyes will eye up their prey, swim around and search for it, and then when they find it, then they'll lay a beat down. But yeah, like I said, my buddy Adam went at like 5 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the morning, and the sun was just barely coming up, so he was at the opportune time where they would have been up shallow picking off bait fish. I'm thinking at this time of day, 3:30 in the afternoon, if I would have stayed there till like 8 o'clock, probably would have had a better chance. If I would have had a watercraft to get out deeper and start hitting the deeper waters, definitely would have had a chance. But from the shore today, that was a waste. But not really, because I got the scouted out and now I know where it is, so that's pretty good. Now I just got to remember how to get out of here. So yeah, guys, in 2 weeks, we'll be heading back down to London. It is their bass opener on the 4th Saturday in June, which just so happens to be following up with Canada Day. Now, Canada Day this year is pretty scuffed because it falls on a Tuesday, but I managed to book the Monday, June 30th off, so I'll be able to go down, and then I'll be able to make my drive. Oh my goodness, I'll be able to make my drive back on Canada Day to go to work on July 2nd. So it's not like that little body of water isn't well known, because that's like the 3rd boat I've seen go back there or come out of there. So people know about that lake. It's not like I discovered something brand new for anybody in the comments goes, wow, you found a new lake. Cool. Guys, go on Google Maps and look at Northern Ontario and look at all the little blue dots everywhere. There's tons of these lakes everywhere. It's just some of them are a bitch to get to. Just so happens that one has a man-made road leading right up to a turnaround, which makes, oh, freaking washboard, boys, which makes it easier to get to. All right, so that's the road to the dump. I think I'm going the right way. Well, luckily I have plenty of gas, so there's an ATV trail there. Good old ATVing. That's what those boys back there were doing with the car and the truck. All right, so I believe I had, shit, I have no idea where to head. What the hell street is this? I believe I had left here. And this should take me back out to the highway. Yeah, this looks familiar, but the white truck's missing now. I think on the way back in, I'm gonna pop in at Dollarama. There's 2 Dollaramas within like fighting distance. It's so funny. The one I normally go to is the one with Sobeys. But then just around the corner, there's another one by McDonald's, like literally within pissing distance. I just want to see if they have any extra jig heads, because the one at Sobeys, they're sold out. And I kind of want to get some big white ones and some more yellow ones. I got a white GMC on my arse. Like he's up there. Like if I fart, he's getting methane poisoning. Oh, somebody did a sick burnout here. A 4-wheel burnout. Nice. Came out of their driveway. Somebody's coming around the bend and they just chonked on it. Just straight up chonked on it, boys. Rug the throttle, all 4 tires. Nice. I gotta say, I love factory trucks with factory fake hood scoop. This GMC behind me, he's got like a hood slit. I don't think it goes anywhere. I'm pretty sure it's just there. I just smoked a dragonfly right into my grill. I heard that. I heard that go thunk. Poor guy. All right, we're back on the highway, guys. Let's do a speed run back to the bay.
Turning north, I'm highway bound. Packs all loaded in the back. Fishing rod in my 6-pack. Leaving worries in the rearview mirror. Every mile feels so much clearer. Across the pines over ridges high, I'm chasing something I can't deny. Little Tomiko's calling me, where the water's calm and wild and free. Driving up that North Highway to little Tomiko today, where the lakes are deep, the pines are strong, but it ease my mind with a song. rocks. Watching ripples fade away, I think I'll stay another day. Driving up that North Highway to little Tomico today, where the lakes are deep, the pines are strong. Gonna ease my mind with a song. Watch the sunset fade to gold. This is where I wanna grow old. At little Tomico Lake, I'm making my escape. Driving up that North Highway to little Tomico today, where the lakes are deep, the pines are strong. Gonna ease my mind with a song. Watch the sunset fade to gold. This is where I wanna grow old. At little Tomico Lake, I'm making my escape.
So guys, there might have been some confusion on the channel when I made a comment about farting like a truck going down Tebow Hill with the Jake brake on. This is Tebow Hill. Now, one thing you gotta do when you're going up or down this hill is you gotta swallow a lot. Why? Because it's quite the decline, change in altitude, and your ears pop. But oh, they don't even have the water barricade set up. They just have the crash racks. Normally they have water barrels set up in that far left lane so that if a transport comes down here and it doesn't have brakes, it goes in there and that'll stop it. And now it just has crash barriers. But usually they come down this hill and they got the Jake brake on and all you hear is bah, bah, bah. And this is Tebow. Figured I'd let you guys know because I make that comment. Not everybody's from North Bay. A lot of people don't know what the frick I'm talking about. And I wasn't swallowing and my ears want to explode. That's lovely. Like I said, I want to go to this Dollarama because I've never been to this one since it opened. And I want to see if I can get some more jig heads because why not? Because why the frick not, boys? I don't know if I'm between the lines. I can't even see the lines because they're not painted well, but we're just gonna stab it right here. All right, I will be right back, guys. I'm gonna run and check out this buck store. Peace. All right, guys, this Dollarama is even worse. They did have something that I didn't really need, but I didn't get it either. They had something different from the other Dollarama. They had drop shot pencil weights, basically a thin cylinder designed to weigh down your line when you do a drop shot, and that way there it doesn't get snagged like a teardrop rig does. It should be able to pull out easily through rocks and stuff. But why did I signal? Where else am I going to turn? I'm going to take a rip over to Sobeys and see if they have anything pre-made that I can eat because I'm freaking hungry and it's almost 5 o'clock. Damn, that was a nice Mustang. Almost looked like an RTR. I guess the easiest way to do that is to go right here and then left. I was going to go to Taco Bell and get tacos, but I've already shit 3 times yesterday, so I think I'm good. I've been to Taco Bell. It's funny. Taco Bell in North Bay opened in 2020. I've been there maybe twice so far. I'm just not a fan of the food. It doesn't taste that great. It tastes like chemicals. We've had Popeyes open shortly after. I haven't even touched that restaurant. Everybody says it's good. Everybody says it's better than KFC, but I have no will or want to touch that restaurant. I'd rather go to a grocery store, hit up the deli, and grab some pre-cooked stuff, and go to a restaurant like that and buy some bunk that probably tastes like fart in a jar. But yeah, here's the thing with Dollarama and their fishing lures and tackle and all that shit. They're about ready to start putting out Halloween stuff. We're mid-June and they're going to start putting out Halloween stuff. Like, that's Dollarama for you. So yeah, I'm thinking the weekend after I visit bloke, just walk in front of my truck, dude. Holy. Steps out in front of the vehicle expecting to live. Like, that's a great way to shorten your lifespan, is to step up in front of a moving Ford F-150. I freaking hate this parking lot. Alright, I'm going to park it like a Frenchman. Because parlez-vous la ding-dong? Oui, je parle la ding-dong. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab something to eat. Alright, I grabbed some ready-to-eat meal from So Delicious. I wish more grocery stores had delis where they had people working the cook. I just look beside me and there's a old guy in a motor scooter pulls up right beside my truck. I'm like, frick sakes, man. I hate this parking lot. I hate coming during the day. It's so busy. And like, they got these big bushes here. Yeah, it looks beautiful and all, but I can't see these cars. I can't see around these bushes. This is like an accident waiting to happen. Like, frick sakes, boys. I'm gonna put in a complaint. Like, I can't tell if a car is coming until its nose peeks around the bushes. I'm just gonna go for it. Screw it. Like, well, who designed this parking lot? Let's make it look pretty by putting lilac bushes all around. Yeah, thanks for creating blind spots, you nerds. I don't give two shits if it looks pretty. Safety first. But yeah, remember that guy I almost hit? Like he literally walked in front of my car? Yeah, he's I'm pretty sure he's homeless because he's walking around asking people for change. So I don't understand how this town got so overruled with homeless people. Like it's insane. It's pretty bad. It's a bad situation. Holy shit, this guy's not homeless. He's just dragging it with him. Good luck in that parking lot, bud. You're like a tandem school bus, frig sakes. I'm gonna head her home because, yeah, I don't feel like being out right now. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta fire up the laundry. I forgot about that shit. I gotta go home and fire up the laundry and get that started and have some dinner because it's currently 4:30. Haven't eaten squat all day, so let's get some squat into my face hole and get some calories going. But as far as Little Tomiko Lake goes, guys, we are going to revisit that place, but we're going to revisit it sitting on a kayak. That is a juicy kayak spot, for sure. There's some other juicy kayak spots I know of as well down 63. Some of them have splake in it. Splake is like a man-made fish, if you will. That's what I've been told anyway. It's a man-made fish. They can't breed. They don't reproduce. They're put in the lakes by the MNR for us literally to catch and eat. That's the whole point of them. They were literally put in there for fishing. Not to say they'll eat everything you throw at them, just saying if you catch one, you can eat it. There's a 6 per sports, 3 per conservative license limit on them. And I don't believe there's a slot size, but I'll have to take a look at that to confirm. I don't really educate myself on trout because it's not a species I go after, mainly because I don't know how. But I know of 2 lakes that I can easily get my truck to deploy the yak, and they have trout in them. And I wouldn't mind catching a trout. They're delicious eating. They're easy to clean too. You just gut them, put some lemon in between their spines, drill them in the oven for a bit, and then the meat peels off the bone. And they have no scales, so that's why they always say before you handle a trout, wet your hands, because they have no scales and their skin is very loose. So if you grab them with dry hands, you might damage the fish's skin. So if you're not planning on keeping it, you shouldn't hurt it. Get the hook out of its face and then send it back as fast as possible. Oh, one day I'll get my M-Class and get a boner cycle and rip around town on that and probably die because of the amazing drivers of North Bay. I know I had a motorcycle in the past and then I sold it. That's because of insurance reasons and the fact that I was losing my job with the previous company and I didn't know what the hell my financial situation was going to be like. So dump it, get some cash, bank it for a rainy day, so on and so forth. But I don't know, I kind of jumped on that deal pretty quick because it seemed like a good deal. And I do that, I'm bad for that, I'm getting better. Same with buying the boat. I jumped on that because I thought it was a good deal, and theoretically it is, and then situations changed and now I don't really need it. But I own it, so why not keep it, right? Now that I know that Tremclad roller painting works real nice, frig sakes, I might just grab a roller and roll the paint on it and clean it up a bit. Especially if I sell it, I'm going to clean it up and make it look real good, fix the wiring on the trailer. And some of you said, why don't you bring your boat down to Blokes? Well, the problem is I have nowhere to park it at Blokes. I'd have to park along the side of the street, and with the amount of B&Es and vehicles down there on the side of the street parking, yeah, I don't want to be putting anything at risk. So that's why the boat stays home. But no, that was a pretty sweet launching spot. Definitely could launch a kayak there. I see what Adam's talking about, it being really shallow, because I had the depth of my float set to 4 feet and the hook was bottoming out on the bottom and the float was sitting sideways on the water, and that's when you know you got too much line out. So I literally backed that right up to the barrel rig, the barrel swivel, and still I was dragging weeds. So it's pretty shallow up close and personal, but if you get out deep, you can probably... There's a reason why people are dragging boats that far out of North Bay to go fishing, right? There's a freaking reason. It's because they're there. You just can't find them on the shore. But I'm freaking starving. I'm starving Marvin over here. I'm gonna go and chug some Monster energy drinks and eat some food and some laundry going, because that's my exciting life, boys. Back to work on Monday. I was at the Buck store. I should have bought some window cleaner. Clean off all this debris. Oh, that's paint. Great. Nothing some alcohol won't take off. Damn, it looks good. I'm going to drive that to work tomorrow, somehow. Anyway, guys, got to grab my shit. I need 2 hands for that, so we'll talk in the house. Alrighty, guys, we're home. And the only fishing-related thing I bought from the dollar store was these glass pearls. Now, the ones on this side are really, really, really small. Probably no good for what I want. I'm more interested in the ones on this side, which are bigger, but have the same little diameter. This should slide over the braid nicely, but should still give enough room for it to actually, it should slide over the braid and connect with the knot, but not go over top of it like the current bead does. It was cheap, $2.50 for that whole pack of beads. I don't need the little ones, I just need the bigger ones, but there was no option to get just bigger ones. This was the smallest kit they had, so I just grabbed that. As for Lake Tomiko, yes, I do plan on going back up there. I don't know when. We'll figure that out. We'll go throw a yak in there and paddle around and fish. But as for today, guys, I'm going to shut her down here because I got to get some laundry going. And tonight I got to be in bed early because tomorrow is work day. So on that note, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, live it to win it and peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.